I woke up in terror in the middle of the night, and I heard what sounded to me like a cartoon version of the Balinese monkey chant, which has a very rhythmic drive to it, but it imitates monkeys. And what I heard in the middle of the night in North London sounded a bit like that, but higher pitched. I jumped out of bed and looked out the window, and there were two foxes attacking each other under a car. And that was the sound. You could see their mouths wide open, and they were making this extraordinary sound.
We hear with our ears, but we listen with our mind, our imagination. Composer and author David Toop, on the moment just before hearing, gives way to understanding.
It was as if something supernatural had descended on the house for a moment. Very eerie.
I really wanted to experience fear. So I wanted to sleep up a tree on my own at night and record the sound. So I was lying down, had my headphones on, listening to this, and suddenly I thought, can I hear some breathing? And it was very close into my ear, and I was absolutely convinced I could hear someone breathing. So I was absolutely terrified, so I held my breath and I could still hear this breathing. Looking back and listening back to the recording, I realised what it was some kind of rhythm the cicadas were doing, but it was an all-encompassing sound which made it sound like breathing. And because I was so frightened, this is the whole fear and imagination thing, is you start to implant certain things into sounds.
Filmmaker and sound designer Julie Shuring, listening to the forest, tapping into something primal out of the shadows of childhood.
I remember an experience when I was very young, and this for me is definitely a formative experience, of lying in bed and hearing a sound. And of course, houses make sounds in the night. They stretch and they contract and everything moves, settles. I heard a sound in the bedroom, and I imagined the sound was moving slowly around my bed. And I thought, if I lie here really still and quiet and keep my breathing really quiet, then whoever it is or whatever it is won't notice me. And of course these are childhood fears. You know, they're exactly the kind of fears that Freud wrote about in his essay on the uncanny. But they're very powerful.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?